everybody, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I've got something really special for you guys. In my next video in this Navratri / Diwali lineup, I'm going to be sharing my recipe for this pumpkin spice barfi. This pumpkin spice barfi is absolutely perfect, and it's definitely different from our normal barfi that we all know and love. I wanted to put a little spin on it for our little pumpkin spice season, and I think I came up with a delicious one for each and every one of you at home. If you guys want to see how I put this one together, please keep on watching. Series. Like I mentioned before, all of these videos coming in the next couple of weeks are going to be sponsored by Lotus Bazaar. So as you all can see, I have another one of these amazing outfits from Lotus Bazaar. So thank you, Kavita, for sponsoring this recipe and all the other recipes in my little lineup that I have prepared for you guys. If you guys have not heard about Lotus Bazaar before, they are your one-stop shop for men's, women's, and kids' outfits. They sell jewelry. She customizes outfits for brides and grooms as well. And she always has something for everybody. She always has nice little sales going on. Make sure you check her out. I'm going to leave the information right here. So phone number, Instagram, as well as email, all of that good stuff. It'll be here and in the description box right below the video. And when you guys go to Kavita's store, make sure you tell her that Matthew from Matthew's Guyanese Cooking sent you. So the first thing we want to start with is our milk mixture. So in my bowl, I have some full fat milk powder. You don't want to use anything that's fat free or else it might not bind together properly. I'm also going to go in with some fresh pumpkin that comes out of the can. That's that pureed pumpkin that's unsweetened. I'm going to go in with a little bit of vanilla essence. Remember, if you are making this for puja around this time, you want to make sure to use the non-alcoholic essence versus the extracts that they sell at the grocery stores. And this right here is what's going to be giving it that beautiful pumpkin flavor, the pumpkin spice. And you can find this at any of your local grocery stores. I'm also going to go in with a little bit of orange food coloring just to bring out that orange pumpkin color. If you didn't want to put food coloring in this, it's totally optional as well. All I'm going to do now is mix this together very well until everything is fine and crumbly in texture. This process definitely works better if you go in with some clean hands and you keep on mixing until it's no longer super sticky. Once you get that mixture mixed up properly, you're going to go ahead and put it through a fine mesh strainer. Now, this is just one of those regular tea strainers. It's a bigger version, and you're going to put the mixture through and just keep on pushing it slowly until you get fine crumbs coming throughout. This right here is going to help with the texture of the barfi. Now, there is another way to do this that's a little bit easier. If you wanted to take your food processor or your blender, you can add everything in and you can pulse it up a couple times until it's broken apart and it's fine and powdery in texture. You just want to make sure to break up all of those lumps. So I'm just going to go ahead and pour it back into that original bowl that I had just to show you guys how fine and powdery this mixture is. Now, as you guys know, whenever we make regular barfi, we'd usually be using heavy cream or media cream or table cream in order to mix this milk mixture together. But in today's video, being that we're doing a pumpkin version, I decided to add liquid by using the canned pumpkin. Now that we've mixed up that milk mixture and we put it through the strainer, we're going to set that aside and start to work on the binding agent for this barfi. And this is the sugar syrup or the pod. So in my little saucepan here, I'm going to be going in with my sugar and I'm also going to be adding in my water. Like I mentioned in all of my videos, if you want the full list of ingredients and measurements, they're listed in the description box right below this video. So just click below the video, go ahead and scroll down and you'll see everything listed there. All I'm going to do is keep on stirring this and I'm going to bring it to a boil on a medium-high heat, and I'll show you guys what it's supposed to look like when it's done. In order to check the proper consistency of the syrup, you're going to go ahead and take your spoon, dip it in that sugar syrup, and when it comes out of the liquid, you're going to let it cool just slightly. Be very careful or else it'll burn your hand. And what I like to do is go ahead and just feel a little bit of it, and I'm going to rub it in between my fingers. So I'm trying this one more time. Like I mentioned, when you put it on the spoon, let it cool for a couple of seconds so this way you're very careful not to burn yourself. And you're also going to see when the sugar syrup is done, you're going to see that it's a lot of fine bubbles forming throughout. It might get a little bit crusty on the sides of the pot as well, so just go ahead and look out for that. And at this point, you're going to lower the heat to a medium-low heat, and you're going to add in that milk mixture and mix it up very well. Now at this stage, you want to make sure that you work pretty quickly so this way it does not overcook. You do not want your heat to be on a high heat at any point throughout this process, because being that we're working with a sugar syrup that cooks quickly, it can overcook and it can crystallize on you and then you won't be able to form the barfi. So once I added in that milk mixture, you're just going to stir it around for maybe 30 seconds up to 2 minutes depending on how liquidy that sugar syrup was.
but 30 seconds to a minute is exactly how long it should take. You want a very nice thick texture, something that's almost leaving the sides of the pan. And I should have added this in since the beginning of the cooking process, but I forgot, so I'm going to be going in with a little bit of freshly grated ginger. So as you can see, my pumpkin spice barfi mixture has formed very well. It's leaving the sides of the pan, it's easy to stir. So at this point, I'm going to transfer it into my baking dish that I've greased with a little bit of butter. Now you can use ghee, you can use butter, or you could even line it with some parchment paper. I just wanted to show you guys you can do the ghee or butter and it'll work perfectly. So just go ahead and dump it into the pan, and as you can see, when I poured it into the pan, it all plopped out. That's exactly the texture that you want. And you're going to take a silicone spatula like I have here, and you're going to keep on pressing it down until everything is perfect and even on the top. And this right here is the final texture that you're looking for. You want it to be nice and smooth, and what we're going to do to top this off is just add on a little bit of our pumpkin spice. I'm going to let this sit here on my counter overnight just because I'm making this later in the day, and tomorrow I'm going to go ahead and cut into it and show you guys what the pieces look like. So you guys check it out. This is the day after I made my pumpkin spice barfi, and as you can see, they cut very well. They look very nice. If you wanted to make these slightly thicker than mine came out, definitely use a smaller pan, because being that we only use 2 cups of the milk powder, it's going to make a small batch of the barfi. But anyways, this was perfect for me, and I loved how the texture came out. When you pull it apart, it has that beautiful, slight crumbly texture. It's not too hard and it's not too soft. It was just perfect.
So I just wanted to show you guys one of these pumpkin spice barfis that I made. They were absolutely perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a bite for you guys so you can just see the texture, and we're going to see how this tastes. This pumpkin spice barfi is melting in my mouth. It's not super hard like some barfis, and it's also not super soft. It definitely held together. You can see it's not super bendable. It's just breaking apart as I crumble it, which in my opinion is the perfect texture for a barfi. So I just want to thank you all for staying till the end of the video to see how I put together my pumpkin spice barfi. Like I said, everything's in the description box right below the video, so check that out. And once again, I want to thank Kavita over at Lotus Bazaar for sponsoring this video. Make sure you guys stay tuned for all of the videos that I have in the rest of this lineup. There's some really good ones coming up, so stay tuned. And if you guys want to check out Lotus Bazaar, I'll have some information right here on how to contact Kavita. I'll also have it in my description box right down below the video. Just click on the drop-down menu, scroll, and you'll see it right there. And I'll see you guys again with my next recipe in my lineup. Until next time, guys.